I want to first thank God for everything. I want to thank Coach Drink and my university for giving me a chance to represent them in the correct way. Uh, Playing football, the game I love, and yeah.
That's good.
Yes,
Hey, you
sir.
know, a lot of schools in this conference get a lot of attention, but look at what you guys have accomplished the last 2 or 3 years. Do you feel very proud about that?
I feel great about what we've accomplished. I feel like it's more to come. I feel like another double-digit season is on the way. Feel good, man.
We'll go on the left side here in the back row.
Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7 in Auburn. You're an Atlanta guy. Like, what is it? Is it extra special to be back in back home to represent Missouri?
I mean, yeah, man, it feel good, man. Atlanta native. I'm no more than 17, 20 minutes away from here. I'm right out of West Lake, big man. Feels amazing. You know what I mean? That's why I'm keeping this smile on my face. You know, I can't believe I'm here right now. You know what I mean? I just got the question from Mr. Kelly, like, how does it feel being here? I told him, it feels unreal because I didn't know I was going to be here. You know what I mean? I didn't. Yeah, I never thought of them picking me for this. So when I got it, it was more so of, woo, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's good. We'll stay back on the left side.
We just had Dalen in here, and he singled you out as one of the leaders, one of the more vocal leaders on the defense. Is that just your natural way?
That's me, man. That's me 1,000%. You know, I come from a big family. I got 10 other siblings. Me being at the youngest, I seen it before, man. You know what I mean? I come from a very vocal family. My dad's ex-military. My mom's more laid back, you know what I mean? But that's my mama. I'm mama's boy. But yeah, I come from a very structured family, and I've always been the youngest. I'm loud, you know. I want to be heard. So, and over time, it just became me. You know, that's me. Just that.
What is it about your coach that players respond to?
You said what? I'm sorry.
What is it about your coach that players respond to?
What is it about my coach that players respond to? Mm-hmm. So I got a good impression of Coach Drink. Well, it was one time in practice. It was a long day. It's about 90 degrees outside. Coach Drink, I don't think he was liking the way we worked out. And he said something. Well, he never said nothing the whole workout. He waited till we was done, and he got up. And this my boy, like, I don't want to say his name, but he was like, Elias, you're 250. He was just going crazy. It was man, Coach Drink. Everybody was but I was more so fatigued. I was feeling sick, like him yelling. It was crazy. And then he got back on my boy, Marvin, you're last at everything. He was going crazy, and it just that's the memory I won't ever forget. You know, you only get memories nothing but once, and I'm gonna forever remember that.
Where are we going with questions? Over here on the left side again?
You guys kept throwing around the term like alpha males in your locker room and within your team. Is that a thing, or can you elaborate a little bit more on that and what that means?
This is a quick. Would you rather date if you were in let's see, I'm gonna do an animal example. If you were in a tiger, would you want to date a cat? No. You don't want to date a cat. You wouldn't want to. Well, of course, it's tiger's a cat. It's a bigger version of it. It's the cat. You know, it's all around the stuff. But you wouldn't want to date a cat, though. Not something we bring. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. Like, it's more so of like, not in day. I mean, alpha male. Like, who? That's what we're recruiting. That's what we're standing on. Guys is alpha males. Guys is where their feet at. And guys is very vocal and want to compete. You know, and have an edge on them. You know what I mean? So that's more so of being specific, you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to date a cat. You would rather date another tiger, right? Or a lion, something more manly. Yeah, so.
We'll go on the right side, third row, then go on the fifth row.
Okay.
Zion, you talked about bringing death row defense back and that, that motto, how much it means to that unit. Can you just kind of tell me what is that unit all about and, what can fans expect to see from you guys?
A gritty unit. I'm just the depth is unreal. Like you said, we're really establishing a death row defense. I know y'all seen a lot of that last year and the year before that, but the best is yet to come, and it's on the way. Yes, sir.
In the back on the right.
Carson Field, Sooners on SI. Zion, obviously you had that fumble recovery for a touchdown against Oklahoma last year. Where does that moment rank in your football career as just highlights, and what do you expect from this year's matchup being in Norman?
Yeah, that's the number one football memory I'll ever have. You know what I mean? Scoring in front of that. I never scored football. I was a running back back when I was 12 years old. You know how you course rec ball. You know, coaches want to put the biggest guy at running back. You know, run the ball, get us through there. But being in college and being able to say I scooped and scored a football to win the game. That's once you don't hear that a lot. You get what I'm saying? You don't hear that a lot. And for that, I don't know. I don't know when the last time Oklahoma and Missouri played before that, because Oklahoma re-entered into the SEC or entered the SEC. But I mean I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. That's a moment that I'll never forget. I thank God for that. I thank God, because we'll never stop talking about it. You feel me? Every interview I went to, that's all we talked about, that scoop and score. So, of course, that's number one memory.
On the left side, then pass it to your left.
Dalen shared some memories of the come-from-behind win against Auburn last year. You guys were on the ropes. Brady Cook comes back from the hospital, leads the fourth quarter comeback. Your memories of that game?
That was a dog fight too. That was a dog fight, bit man. I feel as we left it all on the field, from the first to the end of the. We went overtime in that game? What is it? We won the game, right? We just won the game. Yeah, so I feel like, it was a dog fight. I played my ex-quarterback, Payne Thorne, you feel me? That's my boy. And I had it. Yeah, we had to work, man, and we won the game. We came out on top. But, that was a dog fight, man. And it wasn't easy winning the game, man. Shout out to our quarterbacks, Brady and Drew. Drew did his thing as well.
Kebe Huggins, WAFB. I love the energy you have today. Is this the same level of energy you bring on the field and in the locker room?
Every day. It's me every day. I can't act this. I can't rehearse this. None of that. It's me every day. It's me every day.
We'll go here on the aisle, in the middle.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and College Station. Going to Kyle Field last year, what do you remember about that game? And then how much are you looking forward for kind of maybe some redemption this year in Columbia?
What do I not remember from that game? You feel me? They beat us bad. But like you say, we'll see them later on this year. And they got the best of us last year. But good luck to those guys this year.
What do you remember about going up against kind of their offense and how they were?
Everything, big man. In specific, they established their run game on us. So with them doing that, that kind of opened up our offense. You know what I mean? That it makes them more than one-dimensional. You know what I mean? And once a team is not one-dimensional anymore, the game could go either way. So. And they kind of made us more so we couldn't stop what was going on death row defense, but it's understood ain't got to be explained.
Right side, third row.
Coach Drinkwitz talked about how there's 20 different guys on this team who have experience starting in a college football game. Just how important is that experience, to be able to, lead to success and wins this season?
Right. So with playing football, you kind of don't know what to expect if you haven't got your feet wet. Well, if you got a guy that haven't had his feet wet, you know what I mean? Isn't really when you have a guy that's played in the game, started the game off and solidify himself more so in this league we're in, or not so much of this league, but in college football, period. It kind of make you feel better about what's about to happen, because I don't want to. I mean, it's just like a fight. I want to put you against Floyd Mayweather. You feel me? So it's just, Well, I ain't seen my bad, big man. But yeah, I want to do that.
Final question here on the left side.
Zion, what can you tell us about the rest of the defensive end group and the defensive line this year for Missouri?
We got a tremendous D-line, big man. We got a tremendous D-line. Chris McCullen, Darius Smith, Dame Wilson, Javion Hilson. We got Dayton Hopkins, Dede. We got a lot of guys, man. And this, like the lady said at the beginning, it's a lot of alpha males in that room, and the competition and everything is just high right now. Everything is at stake. Everybody understanding. I don't want to share time. You know what I mean? So, I don't mind sharing time, but hey, I don't. You feel me? I'm where I want to stay out there. But hey, with those guys coming in, I'm looking at, you know what I mean? Modify a couple things. Yes,
Zion, thank you very much. Good job.
appreciate you. God bless y'all.
That's the first time God did have applause in here.